As you know, 5 living presidents gathered last week to celebrate the opening of the George W. Bush Presidential Library in Texas, each of them appearing not only in good spirits, but also in good health.
It is a surprise anyone can stay healthy, considering all those years with the weight of the world on their shoulders. So what are their secrets to a long and healthy life?
I don't know. Gretchen doesn't know. Steve never knows. So let's ask Dr. Travis Stork, emergency physician and co-host of that hit show, The Doctors. Dr. Stork, how are they so healthy?
I think after the presidency, they just exhale, and the rest of their lives, the stress level is so much lower that life is good. But they do a lot of the things that I always preach on our show, The Doctors. They found eating plans that work. Mm-hmm. Each of them is active.
They always work out, right? They're always right. Bill Clinton was running almost every day.
Running every day. The younger Bush, big mountain biker.
Sure.
We know that President Obama loves to play basketball, work out. Heck, the elder Bush jumped out of an airplane at the age of 85.
Right.
So they have found things they're passionate about.
Sure.
They've stayed active.
Let's talk a little bit about each of them. Barack Obama currently, as Brian said, he does play a lot of basketball. Thankfully, he did give up smoking supposedly a year or two ago.
So that was big because smoking is obviously, if you wanted to do one thing to cut your life short,
No doubt.
I would say start smoking.
Sure. If
If you want to do one thing to increase your lifespan, you'd quit smoking. So really proud of President Obama for that, especially while in office. Because that's the one
nothing going on there.
Nothing going on. If you think about it, these men, when they're in office, they're probably not a more stressful job in the world.
You can see that just from the grain of their hair when you compare, year 1 next to year 4. Let's talk about George W. Bush. You alluded to the fact that he liked to do a lot of mountain biking. He's 67 years old now. People forget that, only 66. Well, still, he looks good for that, and he's still apparently running a 7 or 8 minute mile.
What always impressed me is I actually am a big mountain biker, and I had some friends mountain bike with President Bush on his ranch. Apparently his resting heart rate is in the 40s.
That's incredible.
That is,
and there's actually
he's in good shape.
But the biggest transformation is Bill Clinton.
Heavy
guy, loved fast food, had the heart problems. Now he looks a lot thinner.
He's vegan. He went vegan.
Well, when you're a physician, you see what he's gone through. Quadruple bypass surgery, changes his eating habits. Now he eats primarily fruits and vegetable-based diet. And if you look at how great he looks, it's not just the weight. He looks wonderful. He looks healthy as compared to when he was in office.
And George Herbert Walker Bush was in a wheelchair last week, but all in all...
Well, he's done a lot of the things that I say. When you get older in life, you still have to stay passionate.
Sure.
You still have to do things that are exciting. And I mentioned jumping out of airplanes.
With a parachute.
Well, with the parachute.
But still, at 85. And then, of course, Jimmy Carter, who is also 88 years old, looked great the other day.
If you see him in pictures, he's still wearing a tool belt, going around helping out Habitat for Humanity. And another great example that age is but a number.
There you go. All right. Travis, always a pleasure. Catch Dr. Stork later today on The Doctors, where they welcome back Carmen Tarlington in her first exclusive interview following her successful face transplant. That'll be great.
It's an amazing interview.
Indeed. All right, Travis.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.